Our first team is a Doomster team that consists of Doris, Ophelia, Lamia, Alyssa, and Madeline.
Doris is very important for her ability to apply Vital Drain as a form of anti-heal, as well as her rune skill that can quadruple the Doomster synergy damage. Lamia and Ophelia combos really well, especially when Ophelia has exclusive rune. Lamia's Sanctuary will trigger Ophelia's exclusive effect, and Ophelia's Sanctuary can trigger the counterattack of Lamia.
One important factor we must be aware of is that your units only deal reflect damage if they survive. If the enemy's attack kills your unit, then the enemy won't take any reflect damage. The purpose of Alyssa and Madeline is to maximize your survivability so that we can eventually win with reflect damage and the damage from the Doomster synergy. Madeline can grant backline allies damage reduction. She will also summon small dragons at allied open slot to diverge enemy attack. Alyssa will increase the health and defense of your whole team based on the number of reflect boosts and attack boosts. No need to worry if you don't have all of the heroes at your disposal, because the Doomster team doesn't rely on any specific heroes. The heroes that didn't make into the list, such as Orishta, Athena, and Sylvan, are also very strong. Just remember the core principle of maximizing survivability, and you can let your creativity flow. The next team to assemble is, you guessed it, Avengers. We have Narissa, Janna, Mavis, Althea, and Persephone. This team has 5 Avengers and 4 Phantoms. This means endless revival, and each death will increase Janna's attack, and Narissa will cast her ultimate once. Mavis will also deal AoE damage upon death, so more revive means more damage. Note that you want to put Janna in the front line, because it's easier for frontline units to survive in this team. So this is a little counterintuitive. The reason is Persephone. She will give fortitude to the 2 units with the lowest health percentage. In the case where there's a tie, like when all your units are at full health, she will prioritize the units in the front line. There are plenty of variants to this team. One is replacing Persephone with Lachesis. This will reduce the survivability of your team, but it will counter teams with Holy Shield or a lot of buffs. Althea will prevent the situation where all your units turn into little graves and you lose before they get to revive. But if you think that situation is not likely to happen in your battle, or you simply don't have Althea, then she can be replaced too. Narissa fit this team really well as she has the exact same synergy with Janna, but she's optional too. Celine, Ardina, and even Albert are good candidates for replacement. The core heroes are Janna and Mavis, the rest you can swap around. One thing I didn't hear mentioned a lot is that the Avengers relic synergy is very important. Now, which exact relic to deploy doesn't matter as much. What's important is the 2-star relic synergy, which you get by having at least 3 Avengers units and 3 Avengers relics. This relic synergy will let your unit keep all buffs when they revive, so upon revival your heroes will gain 250 damage boosts. It will cleanse all the debuffs, but it will keep all the buffs. Otherwise, they will lose all their buffs after they revive, and you will lose massive values. Monarch Mystifier is the next team on the list, with the addition of Astrid. Mystifiers now have 4 Monarch within the synergy itself. The main idea of this team is to survive the burst damage from enemies with 4 Monarchs, and heal back up every round with a healing per round effect of 5 Mystifier. Meanwhile, slowly burn away the enemy team with Corrupt. The only non-Monarch hero in this team is Catherine. She's also very important. Not only will she increase your whole team's attack if you have her exclusive rune, her Vital Drain effect will reduce the opponent's sustain while increasing the sustain of your own team. The weakness of Monarch Mystifier is Udora, because Udora has multi-instance damage. Unfortunately, Udora is very popular, which hinders the performance of this team comp. Sandra's exclusive room can increase your team's damage reduction when your team takes critical strike damage, which can counter Udora to some extent. Another thing is, Dullahan and Talos have the same speed value, 115. You can adjust their position to decide who takes action first, and the other one will have their ultimate duplicated by Astrid. The final team is Udora plus 4. No, it's not Ethereals, it's Udora plus 4. The relationship between Udora and Ethereal is that Ethereals need Udora, but Udora doesn't need Ethereals. Udora is a hyper carry. Depending on the situation, you can put her in different teams. You can pair Udora with the combo that duplicates a troop's ultimate. This will maximize her damage. Letting Udora remaining in her own synergy Ethereals will grant her the best sustainability. This can be used to counter low burst teams such as Avengers and Mystifiers. If you are struggling against enemies with control effect, you can pair Udora with Glorian. This is actually the lineup I use in my arena team because it also has Navi as an alternate win condition. That's not all. You can also put Udora in a 4 Valianter team. Since Udora deals physical damage, she can benefit from the Valianter synergy. Or even build a 5 Enchanter team. It can be good, as long as your opponent isn't Glorian. Alright, this is the top 4 strongest team composition in Omniheroes. If you were wondering why Glorian isn't in there, I do believe the 4 comps in this video are stronger than Glorian. Glorian is popular because of how accessible it is, not because it's the strongest in its final form. Thank you for watching.